Hi, we're here to talk about Apple's iPhone Siri. My name is Tony.
My name is Kentaro.
And I'm Chris.
So I'm going to talk about how did iPhone Siri develop. iPhone Siri started to found by Siri International in 2007. There are four main founders like Doug and Tom Garber, Adam Cheyer, and Norman Winaski. This is a part of like CA Aero project, which is cognitive assistant and run organized. This is DARPA finance this project, and like the DARPA poured finance $200 million to this project, and this stuff raised money from Menlo Ventures and more Genesis Ventures, like 8.5 million in Series A in 2008 and 15.5 million in 2009. So this is, and in 2010, like Apple acquired the Siri, and now like iPhone 4S was released with iPhone Siri in October 2011.
Alright, so what exactly does Siri do? Siri is essentially a personal assistant application for the iPhone 4S. Siri uses natural language user interface to answer questions, make recommendations, and perform actions. Because of Siri's cognitive learning abilities, over time Siri adapts to users' preferences and becomes more efficient at doing what it is asked to do. You can ask Siri to write and send emails or texts, to play music, to call contacts, to search the web, to write down notes or schedule events, and to find you directions. What sets Siri apart from competitors' products is its personalization. First of all, you're not commanding Siri, you are conversing with it. Instead of saying call a certain person, you can talk to it like you would a normal human, and it picks up keywords and figures out what you want to do. For example, if you wanted to know the weather, rather than saying, Siri, what is the weather? You can ask, Siri, do I need an umbrella? And it'll give you an answer. No other products on the market can understand natural language like Siri can. Beyond that, Siri can set reminders based on your location. If you say, Siri, when I leave work, remind me to pick up milk, Siri will figure out when you leave work based on your GPS coordinates and remind you. Furthermore, Siri can set relationships to people in your contacts. You can teach Siri to call your mom instead of calling your mother by her first name like she would be in your contacts. Also, it can schedule events to your calendar. And this helps because if you don't have to manually input an event. You can just say, Siri, I have a meeting at 2 tomorrow, and it will mark it down. You can also use Siri to retrieve basic facts, essentially replacing the use of Google if you own an iPhone S. So how does this change the world? For one, Siri brings AI to the mainstream. Most people are reluctant to use voice-activated features in their phones but since Siri does so many things with so much ease, it will surely play a more prominent role in everyday life. Another way it changes life is through its interface. Prior to its release, you could not interact with robots through natural language. Now that technology is present, it makes interaction much more enjoyable and easy. People will be more open to utilizing technology like Siri because they aren't commanding it but conversing with it. Similar to how the original iPhone changed how users interacted with phones, so will Siri. The original iPhone shifted the user device interface from buttons to touchscreen. Siri will change this interface from touchscreen to voice-centric.
The future of Siri, this is just the beginning. We don't know how this can end up, but we know that it will equal greatness. Siri is the gateway for future robot and human interactions and conversations. As we can see, it's right now in 2011, you can have a conversation with a human or a robot. This could lead to real robots or even house applications that are able to interact and respond to human commands. Imagine when you go home, your fridge is talking to you, telling you what you have in the fridge, and your possibilities of cooking, and you could be able to ask your stove if you could cook that for tonight, or how long it would take, or what else would you need. This would lead to greatness, and not only that, but an easier life. Not only it could help people do regular things in life, but it could also help people with disabilities. There are many people that at the moment they can't do certain stuff because they have certain disabilities. With interactions with robots such as this, we could have a place for them so they could be able to work with these robots, and these robots would be able to help them. They could interact with the robots, tell them to do certain things for them. As you could see, if there's a blind person that wants to type something in for somebody else, or they got a text message from somebody from their iPhone 4S, Siri could read it to them, and they could use Siri to respond back to it. One of the major disadvantages is such as we see in the sci-fi movies where robots take over. This is a possibility. If we make robots as smart as us, or even a little bit smarter than us, we could be living in, like in the movie I, Robot, where Vicky took over. But what are we to say about right now? I mean, we could pretty much say that scientists most likely have this under control. And since the release of Siri, we have heard about other products with similar traits that are being created and soon to be released. For example, Xbox is making a live TV so they could compete with Apple's upcoming TV. There are some small bugs that will need to be fixed, because there are a lot of people out in blogs writing about how there are a couple of bugs with Siri at the moment, but I'm pretty sure everyone is working on it so you can perfect it, because I've never seen Apple back up from one thing, and instead of backing up or changing everything, they continue to perform and enhance the product a little bit more so it could all be better. This is it about the presentation about Siri. Thanks a lot for listening. Bye-bye.